16 Air Disasters That Shook the World, Part 1. Before we begin, take a deep breath and imagine looking out from an airplane window, clouds glowing under the sun, everything calm, safe, and silent. We trust the sky, the pilots, and the machines that carry us. But behind that silence, history hides stories of fire, metal, and tragedy moments, when the sky itself seemed to turn against humanity. If you love uncovering untold truths and hidden stories, make sure to subscribe to this channel and leave your thoughts below, because what you're about to hear will change how you see flying forever. Our story begins in 1937, when the pride of German engineering, the Hindenburg airship, floated across the Atlantic like a silver moon. Thousands gathered in New Jersey to witness its landing. Then, a flash of light. In seconds, the massive airship became a burning comet, collapsing to the ground. "Oh, the humanity!" cried the radio announcer as 36 people perished live on air. It was the day the dream of the airship died, and the world learned that even the sky could burn. 4 decades later, on the 27th of March, 1977, the deadliest aviation accident in history unfolded on the runway of Tenerife Airport. 2 Boeing 747 seconds KLM and Pan Am collided in thick fog after a tragic miscommunication. The KLM pilot believed he was cleared for takeoff. He wasn't. When the two planes met, fire consumed everything. 583 lives lost in an instant, all because of one misunderstood word. It changed how pilots communicate forever. Then came June 1985, Air India Flight 182, a Boeing 747 cruising peacefully over the Atlantic. Inside a suitcase, a bomb ticked silently. Moments later, the plane exploded mid-air, scattering wreckage and bodies across the ocean. 329 souls gone, a terrorist attack that shocked the world long before 9/11. Just 2 months later, Japan Airlines Flight 123 took off from Tokyo with 524 people on board. A faulty repair from years before gave way mid-flight, blowing off the tail section. The plane flew uncontrollably for over 30 minutes while passengers wrote farewell notes to their loved ones. When it hit Mount Osutaka, 520 people died, the deadliest single aircraft crash ever. 4 survived. It was a tragedy, born not from war, but from a single human mistake. In 1988, over the peaceful Scottish town of Lockerbie, Pan Am Flight 103 exploded in the night sky. A bomb hidden in a cassette player killed 270 people, 11 of them on the ground. Houses burned as debris rained down. The investigation pointed to Libyan agents, but many still believed the true story was buried under politics and silence. Then, in 1996, witnesses on Long Island saw a flash of light streak upward, followed by a massive explosion. TWA Flight 800 had vanished from the radar. 230 people died. Their remains scattered across the Atlantic. Official reports blamed an electrical fault, but eyewitnesses swore they saw a missile. Conspiracy or cover-up? The truth still divides families decades later. 2 years later, Swissair Flight 111, the Flying Palace, caught fire mid-air near Nova Scotia. The pilots fought heroically to save it, but the heat overwhelmed the cockpit. The plane struck the ocean at full speed, killing all 229 on board. The cause? A spark behind decorative lights. A luxury plane undone by beauty. Finally, in November 2001, American Airlines Flight 587 took off from New York, only to crash minutes later. The co-pilot's overreaction to turbulence tore off the vertical tail, sending the jet spiraling into a neighborhood. 265 lives lost, the worst crash in New York since 9/11, just 2 months before. 9 tragedies, 9 lessons carved in fire. Each one reshaped aviation forever: communication, safety, and the trust between humans and the sky. But this is just the beginning. Because what came next in the new millennium wasn't about explosions or fog. It was about mystery, disappearances,
Breaking
ghost
news, we are
flights,
getting reports of a
and the dark
major
side of the human
aviation
mind.
incident sans
If you
précédent.
haven't yet, make sure to subscribe, because Part 2 will take us deeper into the skies that keep their secrets. 16 air disasters that shook the world. Part 2. The new millennium began with hope, but the sky still had stories to tell. These next disasters are not just about machines that failed, but about mysteries that defy logic, courage that went unnoticed, and human minds pushed beyond the edge. Our story continues in 2009, when Air France Flight 447 vanished over the Atlantic. The Airbus, a 330, flew into a storm at night, a routine flight from Rio to Paris. Then, silence. For years, no one knew what happened. When the black boxes were found, the truth was chilling. The sensors froze, giving false readings. Confused by the alarms, the pilots pulled the nose up instead of down. The plane stalled and plunged into the ocean. 228 lives lost, and a hard truth learned. Even the most advanced aircraft is only as strong as the humans guiding it. Then came 2014, the year the sky went silent. Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 took off from Kuala Lumpur and disappeared without a trace. No distress call, no wreckage, just vanished. Search teams scoured millions of square miles of ocean. Only a few fragments of debris ever washed ashore. To this day, no one knows what truly happened: hijacking, mechanical failure, or a pilot's dark decision. MH370 remains the greatest mystery in aviation history. That same year, Malaysia Airlines suffered another blow. Flight MH17, flying peacefully over Ukraine. A missile fired from the ground tore it apart mid-air. 298 people died instantly, including dozens of children. The wreckage burned across sunflower fields. The world watched in disbelief as politics, war, and tragedy collided in the clouds. In 2015, the story took a darker turn. Germanwings Flight 9525 crashed into the French Alps, but this time, it wasn't a malfunction. The co-pilot locked the captain out of the cockpit and deliberately guided the plane into the mountains. 150 lives, including school children, gone in silence. It forced airlines worldwide to change cockpit rules forever. 2 years later, Lion Air Flight 610 took off from Jakarta. Just minutes later, the Boeing 737 MAX began diving uncontrollably. The pilots fought, but the new automated system pushed the nose down again and again. The plane slammed into the Java Sea, 189 lives gone. The cause? A faulty sensor and software flaw that Boeing had hidden for months. Then came Ethiopian Airlines, Flight 302 inches, 2019. The same aircraft model, the same deadly flaw. It crashed 6 minutes after takeoff, killing 157 people. 2 identical disasters in 5 months forced the entire 737 MAX fleet to be grounded. It was a turning point that exposed how corporate greed can take human lives. But even as safety improved, freak events continued. In 2020, a Ukrainian passenger jet was mistakenly shot down over Tehran amid rising tensions. 176 innocent people lost because someone thought they saw a threat on a radar screen. A single misjudgment erased families, dreams, and lives in seconds. Then, in 2021, Sriwijaya Air Flight 182 plunged into the sea after an engine malfunction. The plane veered off course and disappeared from radar within minutes. Again, technology, weather, and human confusion combined into disaster. And most recently, in 2024, an Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 suffered a terrifying mid-air blowout when a cabin panel ripped off. Miraculously, no one died, but it reminded the world that even the most modern planes can fail spectacularly. Each of these tragedies left behind more than wreckage. They left questions. What is trust in the age of machines? Can perfection ever exist in the sky? These stories remind us that flight, the most beautiful symbol of human achievement, will always carry risk. But they also show our resilience. Every crash has made the next flight safer. Every mistake, a lesson written in wind and fire. If you found this journey haunting and eye-opening, make sure to subscribe, share your thoughts below, and tell us which story struck you the most. Because as long as we keep asking questions, the sky will keep answering, sometimes with silence, sometimes with truth. What do you think of these tragedies? Comment below and let us know which game you think is the most dangerous. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video for more deep dive analyses. See you next time for more true crime gaming.